Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a new league racing season in Flashpoint. We are in season 4. For the first time, we are in F1 23. After, I have to say it, the last game was an awful game cycle. League racing was shit, let's be honest, right? Nobody really had fun, attendance was shit, but we are back with a new game. In many ways, a significantly improved game. In other ways, not so much. But let's not talk about that. We are happy to be back. Round one in Bahrain, Tier one, the best of the best. Yes, better than PSGL. You can try to convince me otherwise. It's not gonna work, right? Either way, we have somebody on an outlap already, just 45 seconds in, and he just immediately retires because why not? Oh, never mind. It was Lolo Vera who retired. NSX Montana is out on track. Not to surprise, he is on the soft tire. Thales Bra is also the next one to retire this session. I'm not sure why. If this is for fun, if they're trying to pull off the last two first, we don't know that at this point. What we know is NSX Cucumber, NSX Spinefel, NSX Saley, a lot of NSX guys actually, Montana and Spanias are on an outlap. NSX Montana in the Alpine being the first car to start a hot lap fairly soon now. You can see on the track map down below, a few people are starting to go out. Some people wait in the pits. Of course, we are here joined by the high society in the Red Bull. We're happy to have him racing here. And we are really excited to see if he can get another league racing title. Of course, we're talking about Tierra Limitless. Here he's called Limitless _ F1. I think maybe somebody else stole his game tech for him. Anyway, Montana is going on a hot lap. You can go on board with him as he comes across the main straight, going down to turn 1. Oh, there's as many cars ahead of him, and there's going to be the first block of the season. GG to TJ Boss 235. Yep, I think he can already abort that lap. Can Montana? That's going to be a penalty, for sure. So let's go on board then with by next turn 1, second gear. And he keeps it in second, goes for the shortest third very early into fourth gear. Down turn 4, brake just before the curb on the left-hand side starts, goes to third gear, takes a little bit of the curb on the exit. Now down the hill, very tricky section. Turn 11, you're understeer a lot midway through the corner. And now we come to the most notorious corner of this circuit, turn 9 and 10. He was a little bit cautious, using second gear on the apex, but fairly well done. Setting a purple sector, of course, he's the first one on a hot lap. Even though this lap is not going to be it, he was blocked by TJ Boss 235 in turn 1. Oh, what am I saying? It's Spine. Of course, it was Montana who was blocked. Now Spine goes fastest. First one to settle lap at 28.4. Next one, Cucumber across the line at 28.0. So 4 tenths faster. The first times are starting to come in now. And we can jump on board with NSX Daily, who's the next across the line. He's going to get into the 27th already. Yes, he is. 27.8. 1.5 tenths clear of his mate, Cucumber, both driving for NSX. I have no idea what that means. Make of that whatever you will, I guess. GFO Spaniards sitting in P3. Now GFO leads start for a lot of underscores. Sitting in P6 as CPI Volcano, the first of the CPI guys, jumps into P3 on 28.0. Just in front of K. Gatkowski, 28.1. Lots of people still having to set lap time. See what Limited can do. He's facing going 28.2, so setting a bank cut. Enough for P6. Not great, not bad. 4/10 off the lead currently, and Dahlia is the next guy to complete 11, P11, 28.7. Now Rudy, and Rudy, you always see him around, the American driver. The pace he's got, currently last. I guess he made a mistake on that lap. I think he can go quicker, but I expect him to be somewhere around P8, P20, something like that, I would say. You never know. But he moves ahead of his teammate, who is just on an out lap. He's coming in through turn 1 now, so it's going to be a while. Now the first group has set their lap times. Igor just crossing the line now, enough for P11, 28.5. FYI, he was in P1 in quali yesterday in Tier 2, as you can see the new smoke after last patch a couple of days ago. It just randomly spawns, very, very weird. Anyway, yeah, Igor was on pole in Tier 2 yesterday. He didn't convert that to a win. That went to, I believe it was his teammate actually, Kay Gatkowski, who did the last to first. And took the maiden win of this season, and he goes in both tiers, so you never know how many wins he can get, right? I guess he's going to be one of the favorites in this tier as well. Always one of the fastest people. Igor is very, very good in qualifying compared to him, but he falls away, unfortunately, many times in the races. It's very unlucky, has to be said. A lot of time he's very unlucky, but his speciality, I would say, is definitely qualifying. And the 28.5, I think he went a lot quicker yesterday. I'm not sure exactly what time he did. Could have write that down. Unfortunately, I had no time. Alright, then let's go on board with CPI Jamie, who is the next one to go on a hard lap. Oh, braking for turn 1, tricky corner. Ria just steps away a little bit, but overall quite nicely. Gets the curve. Oh, it's a massive oversteer moment. That looked like lag as well, not sure. But it doesn't really matter. It's invalidated. He did went off track. So that one is gone. Since nobody is on a hot lap yet, actually, NA6 Montana now sets the first lap after being blocked on the first run. And he crosses the line to go P2, so 1.5 tenths behind Sally. So after the first round of hot laps is NX, X, Sally, and P1. 3 NSX guys in the top 3 actually. All of them within 1.5 tenths. P4 Volcano, P5 Jatkowski. And Talis for 508 and Lolo Vera have retired. I still cannot confirm why. Yeah, bro, I'm commentating. Just for fun. Anyway. Quali is so difficult to follow. What's going live? Just follow VFR Ian on an out lap. 1 corner to go. Warming up the tires a little bit in the hard. It's a great car. It's one of the fastest cars actually. I've heard. Right. I think the guy who told me that also owns an energy drink. Kind of cool, right? He looks like Santa Claus. Anyway, here for Ian on a hot lap, 8 gear, well over 325, 25 braking. I don't think he actually locked up, so very well done. Very well to turn 1, turn 2, taking a lot of curbs in turn 3, and now gear is wide open. I think it's it's an Alfa Romeo on the right side. He's moving away. Brake before the curve, nice and tidy, keep it in 4th gear. Takes a lot of exit on the exit. Also a lot of curbs now in turn 7. So overall a tidy, neat and tidy lap going over turn 9, now tricky braking zone. Don't lock the rears. Straighten up the car, gear is open, stays on the exit curve as Cucumber sets at 27.851. So it's only 51 by 7,000. What can VFRAN do? He's going into the last sector now. There's a slow car ahead of him. So Red Bull, I believe, should move out of the way, which he does. Coming down 13. The corner just really falls away from you. Very, very weird corner to try and find the apex. He missed it by a little bit, but not too much. You can run away with that. Last corner. Very important to get that apex right and nail that throttle immediately. He struggles a little bit as he understeers over the exit. Here is wide open as he crosses the line. And he does go P3 still in 28.0. That's pretty decent. Some track evolution in the 2, I guess. Let's have a look at Stelios lap. In the Alfa Romeo. Also no lockup for him in turn 4. Let's see, sector 1 times the 28.6. So it's an improvement by almost a 10. Turn 7. Keeps away from the rear, from the curb. Tidy, even tidy through turn 11. Great apex. I'm sure what a lot of people are here for. Tier limiters on his second hot lap. He's only P9. He's going to improve a lot on this lap. Surely he's still validated. He's very good in quali too. As he comes across the line, Saley sets at 27.7, and limiters is only enough for P7. So he's still not in the 27 times. I was in a practice lobby yesterday with him. I think he went quicker. And he was definitely, I think we did 2 lobbies, 2 sessions, and he was within the top 3 all the time. So maybe he still got something in the back. But for now, it's P7 only on a 28.1, 4 tenths behind. So as it stands, we have an AlphaTauri in P1 with NSX Saley. The NSX group in the top 3 has been split up by Volcano, CPR Volcano, and the Aston Martin sits in P2, just in front of Cucumber, who is leading VFR Ian in the Haas, ahead of Montana, GFO's Spanias, and Limitless. In front of Gedkowski, GFO Lezard, and Mango running up the top 10. The Williams, almost there, where you see them regularly, or used to see them regularly in real life. Have to say they've really improved a lot, especially Sargent. I'm a big fan. His performance is really great, I think. Really underestimated. What a great guy, great driver, I think. He's one of the best. I would even rate him like that. Anyway, we go with Rudy now. 1 corner to go as he rounds up. A lot of exit curb. Looks very nice. No oversteer as he crosses the line. Deer is still open. P14. He can do better. He can do a lot better. Also, Igor, I was saying it before, we usually expect him a lot higher. Everybody is in the pits. Rudy just finished the lap. And Jamie is also coming in. So everybody in the pit lane, as we have 4 minutes left of the session. Everybody is going to set another hot lap now. But for the moment, it's just waiting. Okay. Lizard, the first one to go out. Rudy is still on an in-lap currently. everybody else waiting in the pit lane. Now, in this game, it's actually really difficult to improve your final lap as the tire marbles are just everywhere, slows you down a lot. You need to go off track, or not off track, offline, which, well, in the game thinks you're going back on the racing line, but you are going offline because the game thinks the racing line is usually a different line. It's really fucked up, but who cares? Anyway, it's difficult to improve your final lap. So we see many times in quali nowadays, people just improving by half a tenth or a tenth. Obviously, there's still track evolution, and you can just run a better lap time. But still, we've seen many people now just not improving their final lap with these tire models. The track evolution doesn't seem to be that high as the previous games. So I think it's really interesting now how quali evolves, because you see people setting lap times on 6 minutes to go, 7 minutes to go, and that really ends up to be the fastest time, or at least very close to the fastest time. That's something that we never really saw in last year's games. I think that's somehow interesting. I don't really like the reason for that, for the tire marbles being so unrealistic. No, but having that is quite interesting, I think. Anyway, let's focus on the hot laps now. Most people have gone out. 2 people in the pit lane still. And we see Lizard 14GR about to go on his final hot lap of the day, sitting in P9 on the main straight. Gear is open. What speed can he clock on the main straight? Spotting is 24, 25. Braking quite late. Still manages to get the car stop. Short shifting the curve to avoid wheel spin and properly oversteer. Gear is open again, turn 4. Going a little bit deep. Still should be a decent time, and he's improved by 400 pretty much. And now it's just all about not getting these tire marbles by going a little bit left or going a little bit right. Decent braking down to turn 10. Staying on the exit curve. Turn 11, early turn in, take a little bit off the curve, not too much, doesn't fall out too wide as he comes across turn 12, about to approach turn 13, flat out of course. Get the apex, yeah, I was going to say a little bit, but not that bad. He hasn't lost a lot of time there. He can really get away with it. Down the straight in the last sector. 1 corner to go. Well, it's actually 2 corners because it's 14 there and 15 there, and there it is. He's validated anyway. But he's spun, so he's not going to improve. He is probably going to fall down the order. This is Spanias. He's improved by 2 tenths, so he's probably on the high 27.7, I would assume. For him, the same. 2 corners to go, 1 real corner. Can he do it better? Takes a bit more of the curve, which makes him fall out a little bit wide. He's still going to improve. It's a 27.799, so you cannot even go higher whatsoever. Ian, the next one. 28.0. He couldn't improve on his time. Igor goes P13. Limitless improves to P5. So P5 is the maximum we can get. We see some slipstreaming going on with the Alpines. Montana puts it into P3 with a 27.8. His teammate Cucumber, you must have been already done, or I don't know if that was planned, at least that looked like a decent slipstream. T-Boss goes P11. Getkovsky now puts it into P4. The Ferrari of, Marios goes P9. We see another spinner in the final corners. Alfa Romeo, GFO Stelios. Mango goes P9. We see Williams, who's not improving. CPI Jamie. Rudy puts it into P14. I think what time did you do? 28.3. It's quite close though throughout the field. We see NSX Sealy though on pole position on the 1:27.685. Very close behind GFO Spanias on a 27.79, pretty much a 27.80. So 1.5 tenths clear. NSX Sealy. Montana in P3, just 5 thousandths behind GFO Spanias, so it's very close in the top. Good P7, I think. It was just within 2 tenths, I believe. I'm not sure. The graphic just moved away. Yeah, so under 3 tenths down to P7. And then behind is still very, very close. And everybody is within the same second. 2 people haven't settled that time. 8 tenths, P17 off the fastest time. I think that's fairly okay. It's actually pretty good, I think, considering the size of the league we're in here. Of course, you know, this is not a league with 5,000 people, right? This is a league with 110, 120, something like that, members. So great to see all these people coming here, having races together, hopefully having some fun. We never know, but we just assume the best for everybody. And yeah, excited for the race. I would think that damage is enabled, as is the safety car. I haven't checked the settings. The safety cars, of course, can be game-changing. We all know it. Everybody who's played this game, everybody who's watched F1 knows the safety car can and is sometimes a big game-changer. Let's see if we can snatch some of the tires. I would suspect some of that is still going to change, but as it stands, we see medium runners, hard runners all over the place. Change to be interesting, of course. As we wait for the players, we can watch some great mechanics sitting in the garages, just chilling, vibing to the race, placing their bets on their own team, probably, hopefully. As I almost think that something is going wrong. But let's just hope it'll be fine. And it is fine. I cannot change anything. We have 3 lights, we have 4 lights, 5 lights. I'm pressing buttons all over the place. But here we go, it's lights out, and we have Asili leading the way in front of Spanias. Montana tries to attack. There's going to be Asili, who is clearly in the lead. Spanias tries the inside, but has to back out, and Montana sets into P3. Volcano in P4, not much has changed. Gutkoski in P5. We have some contact down behind. Cucumber lost a couple of positions. As Asili still leads down turn 4, there goes an Alpine side by side with the Haas. The Haas is going to be left out wide there. So it's Cucumber in P7 against Ryan, who has to settle for P8. As everything stays clean so far, we have one guy who's behind. I didn't see it. GFO Stelios in the Alfa Romeo was probably spun. And there's some side-by-side action in the middle of the field. There's NXX Spine against Lizard. Oh, Lizard pushes him out quite a lot. The Ferrari behind of Marius makes contact with the AlphaTauri. It really bunches up into that notorious turn 10 hairpin. The Williams of Rudy, I think it's Jamie, it was, suddenly went a bit slow. I'm not sure what's going on there as they all settle into their positions. Let's have a look on the tires. So it is a mixed up strategy at the moment. Top 3 running the medium tires with 2 hard runners behind. So strategy seems to be quite clear, as we see in Aston Martin lagging a little bit. Lodo Vera against Jamie, getting the overtake done into the last corner, which makes me think Jamie might actually have damage. And he moves over once more. Well, actually trying to attack the car ahead of him. There's already quite a big gap forming between P3 and P4. As we see the AlphaTauri getting past the Alfa Romeo of Lizard in the midfield. Yeah, the medium runners have to make up positions now. They have to really go and attack. Jamie is not really working for him, it's fine in P10, but the medium runners are moving up the grid a little bit. Top 3 is still a medium. Volcano is already dropped outside of the DRS, which crucially he wanted to stay in as he's coming under pressure from Limitless behind, who's on the medium tires. So his strategy is push, 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 overtake as many people as possible, get into the train with the medium runners ahead, which already seems to be fairly difficult. He's got Gatkowski behind, who is on the hard tire. So it's a train still from P4 down to P18. With a gap of 1.5 seconds between Montana and Volcano, and the gap is still opening up. Turn 3 starts now, so we see the DRS going to be enabled now. As everybody's still going on the main straight, and there we see Cucumber trying an attack on Gatkowski, goes down the inside into turn 1. Should be an easy overtake with a medium tire. Gatkowski doesn't look to be fighting it too hard, although he gets a decent run out of turn 3, which makes Cucumber having to go defensive, but he slots back into P7 and keeps the place. 2 seconds now between Volcano and Montana, so I don't think Limitless can overtake and still catch up onto the DRS train ahead of him. And again, these random smoke of the tires is so annoying. I really don't understand. Is what it is. Has been pretty much settled now. Still have Sealy in the lead, followed by Spanias. DRS is enabled now. Somebody has been flashing already. That's Spanias. That's Spanias who's flashing. He's on 6% ERS. They're all pushing like crazy. Sealy he's got no ERS. Spanias 5%. Montana who's on 24, so he's still got a lot. Now Volcano is chilling with 73% ERS. That should actually be doable then, to get that gap closed again in no time. So the top 3 are actually pushing it like hell. And now we see Limitless getting past Volcano. Limitless also still at 60%, which is more than Volcano had. Behind them is all very close, very kerfuffle going on. We see Ian moving past Gatkowski, who's surely going to try and fight back here, but he can't do really anything in the train. Both drivers having DRS. Everybody is having DRS in this train. Oh, Gatkowski just having a small moment there, but everything's fine. Nothing happened. GG. Okay then, not much going on, and I had to promise that I'm not doing bad jokes, but when I'm commentating, there's always going to be jokes, and there's always going to be people taking a piss. So this time, let's just start with Gatkowski. For everybody who doesn't know, he has thrown away a title challenge in an F2 league because he's got so many disconnects. It's very funny, but it's also very sad at the same time. And you kind of really feel for him. So we can just hope that his connection is going to be fine in this league. But usually, his biggest enemy and his biggest rival is nobody on track, is his own connection. I haven't seen him getting disconnected previously, but league racing has just started again, and you never know. In the lobby you don't really feel it that much, but in league race he's lost many positions with his disconnects in the past, and he's won everything. I mean, we can just have a look on the standings history. He's been champion 4 times in every tier they've ever had, crushing the opposition, not with 30 points, with 40 points, with 150 points. So even with so many disconnects, he still manages to win, which is insane. I think he's driving without assist now as well. Barely saw any pace drop after turning off the racing line and the ABS. He's still super fast. Absolutely incredible. So many people, so many of my friends there, we all turned off assists and we just suck. We suck. That guy doesn't. And that also applies for Tira Limiters, of course. We know how good he is. We know what legend is in league racing, right? So many great rivals we've had in the past. Maybe there's going to be a new rival in this division. I would certainly hope so. There's a lot of people who can really dive down the inside. I want to see that. We all want to see that. And right now he's chasing Montana to get us down to 1.5. He's pushing all the way. He's going to be out of ERS soon, so this is going to be his last lap. Montana has more ERS, and the guys ahead of him are surely saving now as well. No, Silly is actually still pushing it to the limit, while Spanish has recovered about 15% of the ERS. So it's going to be interesting now if Limit is going to be able to close the gap down, but you see he's already lost now. He's not able to press the overtakers. Gatkowski is now in a battle with Mango and Ian. Gatkowski comes out on top. Ian behind. Now that looked very close as the Red Bull of Mango goes down the inside of Ian into turn 8. He's still side by side. But Ian takes the corner. Stays ahead. Gets the DRS. Still very close behind, but Mango, there's nothing he can do on the straight. I don't think there's anything he wants to do on the straight. But Mango also a driver. We've seen him doing fantastic races. He's having many connection issues too. Sometimes he's a little bit of a hothead, I would say. But yeah, out of nowhere, you know, sometimes he's so fast, you really can't believe it. Incredible guy from South Africa in the Red Bull. See how his season's gonna progress. If his connection stands, I'm sure the results will come in as we see the fight continuing down the main straight on lap 7 as Rudy retires in the pit lane. That seemed like he was running damage. No point in continuing if there's no safety car. You would say never give up, but you know, some people just give up. Shame for his teammate, I would say. You know, if there's now a safety car and his teammate needed him, you never know. That's really a shame. I think that's going to be something that they will discuss in the team meeting. Team principal is not going to be happy with that. You cannot just retire. You know, 7 laps in, he just comes into the pits and says no. You know, that's not okay. That's going to be a replacement, I think. Urel Samibo, I heard, is a candidate for that seat. Urel Samibo, if you are here, you're the biggest legend. We love you. Now, Limited has dropped a position. It's been overtaken by... Which has he overtaken by? Yeah, he got overtaken by Cucumber. He moved into P4 just behind his teammate. So Limitless, who no ERS anymore, still barely has DRS as he comes down the main straight into turn 1, settles in P5. Is not going his way just yet, but he is still just about 2.5, 2.6 seconds off the lead as Jamie also retires. So there's a double retirement for the Williams drivers, and I don't know what is the team principal going to do. There's 2 drivers who are just retiring on lap 8. What a disaster. I would just replace both of them, not going to lie. Get them out. Pointless. Pointless. Anyway, back to racing. Let's have a look at our leader, NSX Silai. I'm just going to pronounce him German now. So NSX Zeli is leading. Spanias has closed the gap now to 0.25. He's pushing really hard. I think he wants to get the overtake done now on the next lap, as the medium tires are probably starting to fall away. Usually around 25% you can really start feeling that tire wear kicking in. And after lap between 6 and 8, you're going to hit that point around then, and from then on it's just going to be struggle, and the hard runners are going to be so much faster towards the end of the first stint, throughout the end of the first stint. Still NSX Cucumber dropping his teammate now, so see a change of lead. Spania's overtake, Sealy easy overtake, easy done, turn 1. Sealy gets the DRS though on the run towards turn 4, he doesn't use his ERS. I don't think he's gonna try and overtake. No, he isn't. He starts back behind Spanias. He's gonna try and recover some of his ERS, but Spanias, he really doesn't have any more ERS than Sealy, so both of them are gonna be very close, fairly slow compared to Montana, who's still got the most ERS with 50%, so maybe he is gonna try and pull into the lead now, but of course it's gonna be very difficult because Sealy is having the DRS of Spanias, so Montana is forced to use all of his ERS, or a lot of his ERS, if he wants to try and overtake any of these two drivers. And behind we see ERS levels being up and down. Lizard also no ERS. Now he's probably tried to stay in the DRS of Mango. He's lost that now. He's probably not going to get it back. And Ian behind, very close now, but also no ERS. Spine on the medium tire with 60% ERS. Now that is not too bad, as Igor gets overtaken by Talisbra, and now Talisbra overtakes Igor again. This side by side coming down the last straight towards turn 14. Igor on the inside is going to get the overtake done, but I think Talisbra is going to get the DRS. Talisbra is going to try it around the outside. And now they're both side by side. I still think the McLaren is going to get the DRS. He is. And now Igor can do nothing apart from pushing the DRS. But the thing is, Talisbra has got no DRS left. So I think Igor is going to re-overtake him on the next straight already if he wants to. There's nothing Talisbra can do to defend. He's not going to get the DRS. Igor will get the DRS. Although he's quite far behind, I don't think he's going to go for the move. Nope, he's going to wait for another lap and have a go again. Meanwhile, Mario in P12 now really getting close to the rear of NSX Spine as well, who's on the medium tires. But remember, he's also got a lot of DRS, still on 60%, and Marius has got 20%. So it's not going to be that easy of an overtake, but you can really see through turn 10, Spine is losing the mechanical grip of his wagon, and Marius is just going to get closer and closer through every corner, getting better exits. So I think even without here for Marius, it's going to get the overtake done in no time. As they come around the right hand of turn 13, the medium tires are screaming now, 9 laps in, but they still have to stay out if they really want the optimum grip out of the hard tire, which also drops away very quickly after 12 laps around that. I would say they really start to drop. And Staley now trying to get back into the lead, but doesn't go for the move down turn 1 as Ian goes past Lezard. And Volcano and Gatkowski fight again. Now there's overtakes happening all over the place at the moment as they come side by side towards turn 4. They both got DRS. I think there was a little bit of contact. Volcano tries to switch back on Gatkowski. Now he's getting the inside line. Gatkowski's ahead though and moves back into P6. Volcano slots in behind Mango and P8. And Gatkowski still lost the DRS to Limitless ahead of him. 1.5 seconds, Gatkowski having no ERS. Limitless managed to recover 50% of his ERS. And the train is really full intact again. I'm quite surprised. So the gap is between P5 and P6 now, but most of the train is still intact, and I think that gap is going to close because Gatkowski is on a hard tire and he's bringing all the hard runners, all his time, which is sitting in the DRS. He's got a lot of ERS to play with. And I think compared to the front runners, it might be a good strategy, even though they're on the same tire, but he's just got so much more ERS compared to them. Although Limitless, I think, is back in this race. You just have to get the moves going. The first guy is pitting, and it's the leader of People Spaniards. He's gonna pit for the hard tire. Let's see where he comes out. He should be getting clean air. Needs stopped by the Ferrari crew. As always, on the maximum, on the limit, 2.5 seconds, something around that. That's what we know the Ferrari crew for. That's why they're so good at it. And he comes out in P16. He's got loads of clean air. Now the hard tire's going to need around half a lap to get the temperature. So I don't really expect anything massive on this lap, although the undercut is really, really big in this game. Now the top guys really have to push. You see Steely pushing the overtake button out of turn 8, so he knows he has to push. The overtake is powerful, and medium tires have dropped in their performance. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see a good undercut by Spaniards also on all of these guys. But Spaniards, of course, was the leader, so he's probably going to come out a little more than 1.5 seconds. I would assume they pit this lap. And the question now is who's going to be able to stay out the longest, because fresh tires in the end are going to be really a massive advantage. Only one lap, 2 laps, even on the hard tire, make an advantage at the end. If the tire drops off, it drops off big time, and you lose so much time. On the main straight, none of them pitted. I think somebody behind, I believe that was Gatkowski, I think. No, actually it was Volcano. I think he dodged a move to the into the pit lane, and Spine FL is coming in. So I no, he's pitting, but I don't know. He has got a lot of ERS. He's pitting on 70% ERS. Now, obviously, he's gonna get probably close to the maximum now, and he's still having a lot of ERS then. But I don't know. I think he probably could have pushed that a little bit earlier. Anyway, here's the second guy to pit, and you see how far he is behind Stelios already. Yes, he was further behind, but Stelios made a huge undercut. Spanias made a huge undercut on him, and similar it is going to be with these NXX guys up here. The question being for me is if they work together, and by that I don't mean the Alpines, who are obviously teammates, but just all of them racing for the same team, I would assume. So maybe there's going to be some tactics against anybody else. Alright. Anybody coming to the pit lane? Yes, I see the Alpine of Montana finally pitting, so something is starting to happen in this race. He's getting the pit limiter correctly on spot, on point, 80 kph. That was a fast stop. I think there was a faster stop than Ferrari. GG Alpine guys, you're the best. But let's see where he comes out compared to Steiner to overtake Lolo Vera, so he's probably lost a bit of time in the last sector, but look at that undercut. He is miles clear of the Alpine. You can see it on the mini-map. It's almost a bit more than 3 seconds. He's made around 2 seconds over the Alpine, but he's got 2 laps of fresh tires. And Lolo Vera in the Aston Martin. If he pits, he's going to be dropped towards last place. Yep, he is last place. Officially running last place after everybody pitted. Aston Martin not really showing the strongest performance here with their second car. The first car, who is their main driver, of course, being CPI Volcano, who has shown great performances in the past, as I'm sure you all have seen. You know, finishing P1 there and P2 there. We've seen it all. Great driver. And now he's getting very close to the rear of Mango. Mango is... Oh, he's again. What are these people doing? Trying to dodge a move into the pit lane. Or fake a move into the pit lane as the Alpine of Cucumber comes in. That's a slow stop. Why was that stop so slow? He's going to lose a lot of time. He's going to get undercutted by his teammate and by GFO Spanias, who's already moved past him now. His teammate moves past him. He's gonna come out 2 seconds behind his teammate, I would say. He's going very deep into turn 1. 1.5 seconds behind his teammate. I don't know why his fast stop is so slow. I'm not sure if he just forgot to press the pit release. But Marius is the first guy to get a penalty. 3 seconds penalty for, I would assume he went wide on the exit of turn 4. So first penalty of the race. We still have 2 medium runners in front. NSX, Saley, and Tierra Limitless. 14 laps old mediums. They still haven't pitted. We see this often from Limitless. He's often the guy who's going long. Personally, I'm always the guy who goes short. Just, I always pit very early. Just, why not? Limitless is the guy who always pits late. Of course, if you go long, in the end you're gonna have the biggest advantage in terms of tires towards the end of the race. There's always a big gamble, because you have to get these overtakes done. And for myself, I know that I'm not a good overtaker, but I know that I can defend very, very good. So I just like undercuts. And now we see Limitless finally pitting, which makes Saley being the last person on that medium compound of tires to get that pit stop done. Now Limitless comes out of the pit lane. You see the virtual race leader going past him, GFO Spanias. And Limitless comes out of the pit lane, drops to P10. So he's got undercutted by 3 drivers pretty much, although they were ahead of him anyway. But he has not a lot of ERS, but so is it looking with the guys ahead. So a lot of people are really pushing that overtake a lot at the moment. So I was saying in the next step we're going to see a lot of managing again, trying to get the ERS levels back up to get it to the maximum towards the end of the race, to really go on and go all out attack in the last lap. And I'm sure NSX Sally is gonna come into the pit lane now. Yes, he is. Brake nicely for the pit. Yep. Put it down to 69. Great number. So is Mango. He's also pitting. So now the hard runners are also pitting at the same time. This is gonna be interesting, of course. Saley gets the hard compound tires. Behind Mango, Igor. They're gonna put the medium tire on. Lizard also in the pits, also puts the medium compound tire on. So Getkovsky moves into the race lead. Of course, he still hasn't we see 2 guys still on track. The same compound I started with. Take Getkovsky. On 16 laps for hard, and so is, of course, so is GFO Marius with that 3-second penalty that will be added onto his racing time. The leader at the moment is GFO Sainz, as he was already before the first round of pit stops and last round of pit stops. He's ahead by 1.8 seconds of NSX Montana, who leads his teammate in the other Alpine, Cucumber, with 1.3 seconds behind. So the gaps have pretty much opened up after the round of pit stops, which is normal, of course. People don't all pit at the same time. It's going to come together again towards the end of the race. Probably not as much as it was in the first couple of laps, but I'm sure we're going to see some great moves towards the end, as the top 2 now finally pit and will be the last to pit. So everybody has pitted now. Let's see what Getkovsky comes out. He's gonna have the freshest medium tires together with the Ferrari of GFO Marius. And Marius comes out. Oh, it's gonna be very close behind. Where are these guys? Oh, they just look very, very close in front there. Yeah, so these guys up here, now I found it. DJ Boss, and it's so many cars. It's Volcano. They're all within a second down to Vian, pretty much. Gets off to defend against the McLaren, and he goes a little bit wide. This gives the McLaren the opportunity to go around the outside, but the pushes him really, really wide and over the curb. Now Chivas had to lift. It was really clever by Getkowski not letting in a chance, but I think the McLaren hit the Mercedes, as we see Mango, I believe it is, who's run wide after the turn 10 happened, but no harm done. We see 3 people with penalties now. Talisbar and Igor Jelin also picked up time penalties. Not sure if it's all 3 seconds. Yep, it was all 3 seconds. As we can have a look at the positions change after the pit stops. So NSX Spine has made up 7 positions, now running in a legitimate P6 position as he put a P5 position as he pulls off the fastest lap. No, it's like Spine, who is, well, now he's gained 6 positions, but Sely was the guy with the fastest lap. And is all coming down now in turn 1 as we see contact between Mango and Ian. The Haas just send it on Mango. Now he tries again. No ERS for Mango. The Haas is not going to go for the move in turn 4. I think, yeah, he's out of the ERS as well. So nothing going on. There's very close still right in the midfield between these guys. They're fighting for positions. They're also on different tires, of course. Getkowski just behind Spine. They are on the same compound. Alpine, the S Martin ahead though is on medium tire. Volcano. His tire graphics there again. Now Volcano being the lead medium driver. Yes, Getkowski finally moves past Spine. He's going to be a lot faster on this fresh medium tire. He might already break the DRS though. Nah, I don't think so. He's too close to the car ahead. But the fresh medium tire is just so much quicker. Once you are on a hard tire that's already a bit used, and yes, 6 laps is still quite fresh, but is also a bit used at that point. Spania's in the lead, still outside the DRS window as the 2 teammates now swap position. Not sure if they're fighting or if that was tactical. They're both out of ERS, leading by 2.5 seconds in front of Seeley though. Who gets chased by Chill Limitless, who's inside the DRS. Seeley has 0 ERS left while Limitless has 20% ERS, so I'm thinking that Limitless is probably going to pull off the move on the next lap. Getkowski now overtakes Volcano. He is the lead medium compound driver now in this race. He sets the purple sector 1. I am not running live lap times at the moment, so I can't confirm if that is true. Let's just trust it. He had DRS. He is very fast. He's going to set a very fast lap time anyway, but the gap is 4.7 seconds to Limitless. He's got barely ERS to play with. I think that's going to be a tall order to get that gap down. In front, though, top 5, all on medium tire, all on hard tires. Although Spania's on 8 laps, from the lead he pitted the earliest. I don't think he wanted to get anybody to let anybody get the undercut on him, so he was just the first to pit. Although it's 3 laps earlier than NSX Cucumber, so it's going to be a very close fight, and it is actually already done as Cucumber now overtakes the Ferrari of Spanias and goes into the lead. But I think the Ferrari is running a little bit less downforce here, even though he's got no DRS. He's still just gained immediately again on the straight. Now DRS, I don't think he's going to fight it back. He's got no ERS. He's probably just trying to defend the position and maybe regain some energy as Mango in the Red Bull moves into P8 and past TJ Boss. Now is very close there on the straight with these guys, as we see Ian now side by side with Spine. I guess the position done, and just behind TJ Boss, who's also out of ERS. Most of these guys are already out of ERS. And it's just flashing all over the place. Now gap has opened up between the front two. So yeah, this is exactly what I was mentioning. It's 3 laps between these two tires. Between these two tires, each of these drivers run just 3 laps. It's a hard tire, and they're both on similar ERS levels, but Cucumber just took off and broke the DRS. I don't think Stainless has anything to answer, and I think he's gonna have to look into his mirrors now, because NSX Montana, Eli, Limitless, they're all waiting to get past him. It's very unfortunate for the Ferrari, who led this race early on, pitted first to avoid anybody getting an undercut, but now he's just about to get swallowed by everybody. The Ferrari with the number 99. I just thought it's the number 69, but I think I have that on my car. Number 99 on the Ferrari. Behind Sila is trying to pull the move on Montana now. He moves down the inside of turn 4, and he's just gonna get a half of the Alpine, slots into 3, and he is gonna chase up to the Ferrari now. Between these two, 5 laps. 5 laps on the hard tire. Eli on 10 laps on the hard tire on the DFS Spaniard. So this overtake is going to be done in no time. And then it's going to be Montana and Limitless. I think Spanias is probably going to finish down in P4 or 5. There's not much he can do at this point. Limitless goes past Montana. Now that move came out of nowhere. Now he's now in P4. He's got a little bit of ERS to play with. He's got more ERS than the guys ahead of him. As it gets gone, we should keep an eye on him. He tries to get the gap, close down the gap, which he does, but it's not enough. And the tires soon will start dropping in performance. It doesn't really look like many people are going to get penalties also, so there's not much you can do at this point. And Sila gets the move done, and Limitless, I think he's got past him as well, yeah. Now he's past Spanias, who is down in P4. Mango moves into P7 and past Volcano. I heard somewhere that he's going to have great pace on the mediums. He is in P7, although I don't think there's going to be many more positions to gain for him if nothing happens. So the top 3 is now Cucumber, Sealy, and Limitless, who suddenly is completely back into this race. He doesn't have the freshest tires, but he is just 2 seconds off the lead. He's in the DRS of the car ahead of him, but he's also got some guys behind who are still pushing. Now Igor, the winner from Tier 2 yesterday, still down in P15. 3 seconds behind Talisbara. I don't think he can really do a lot at this point. Unfortunately, he almost won the race yesterday. He should have won the race yesterday. He didn't, which would have been his first race win in any league, by the way. Yeah, Igor, he's actually that bad. He's never won a league race. He's so bad, you know. And then he gets pole position, and he still bottles it. Have I said how bad he is? So bad. Anyway, so Igor, let's wish him well. Great driver. And focus again on the top 3. If you're still on board with the Red Bull driver, I'm sorry, I'm having to show the Red Bull a lot. I just made a huge contract with Oracle, so yeah, I just have to show him a lot. It's great. And they offered me so much money, so you can see the great sponsor on the Red Bull car. Hashtag Red Bull Cheats. Hashtag Not My Champion. Hashtag whatever it is at this point. I think Human Error World Champion. And hashtag Team LH44. A no crybaby at all. You know, I just love him. So the top 3 are now back into the DRS. The top 4, top 5 are now on the same DRS train. I didn't expect that, to be honest. I expected Montana to move past Spanias fairly quickly, which he doesn't. And Gutkovsky suddenly is just 2 seconds of Montana. He's still got around 3-4 laps, I would say, of his tire performing decent-ish. Although the hard tire, it's going to be really in between now, between both tires. I don't think there's a lot between them at this point. And Limiter still has more ERS to play with than the cars ahead of him. We can take a quick look at the telemetry again. So Limitless is just on the 20. Sela is flashing again. Cucumber is about to flash now. Well, he didn't, but he's gonna flash on the main straight for sure. And Limitless having a massive moment, and he's gonna get in trouble now, although he's probably pushing his overtake. Yeah, he has to. He did. And he's gonna stay ahead of Famous. But that almost cost him the DRS. He's 2 cars ahead. Now Seely shows that he is still in the race. He's pulling out of the racing line, showing Cucumber he's there. He does the same thing into turn 4. You see him flashing a little bit earlier. He's got a little bit ERS, a little bit less ERS to play with compared to Seeley. And we're still lap 25, 5 laps to go, including this one. A yellow flag in turn 1 is a Haas. I can see it. I think it's Ian. Yeah, Ian. I think he spun a little bit of a moment. And now he's letting Talis drop by. Yeah, he's got damage. You can see it on the left side, the left end plate of his front wing. Now Igor is going to move up and maybe gets another position gained as the top 4 are very closely. Now Mango and Volcano once again fighting with each other. I have no idea how many times these two have overtaken each other at this point. They are still side by side. Now again Mango slots in behind Volcano as they come around turn 13. The top group, having a look at them, they are going to go on the main straight now. Sela is surely going to have a chance again. We have another yellow flag. Well, yeah, it's the same house again. He slowed down to let Aston Martin through, and Sela puts his car in P1 with 4 laps to go. Although the Alpine of Cucumber tries to fight it, and now he gets the inside. Down turn 2, outside turn 3. It's going to be the outside for turn 4 as well, I think. Here, Limitless is going to try and dive down the inside now of the Alpine. What a great move. He's going to have to push the Alpine wide, which he does. P2. Great move. So really out of nowhere, Limitless gets himself into this race-winning position again. He went long in this race. Not the longest. You see, Sela went the longest, but still, he didn't really qualify well. But in the race, he's just always there. He always gets great strategies. He always knows when to go long. He doesn't really need to go long. So race, he's just almost unbeatable. It isn't really necessarily pure pace-wise the fastest. This is just race intelligence, and he's really, really, really good with that. So he's gonna have a great chance of winning this race now. I think they're both having not similar levels of ERS. Sela is absolutely drowned his battery. I think he knows this as well. It's coming, and it's gonna come very, very soon. Maybe not next lap, but the lap after, or maybe just the last lap. If Limitless drives intelligently, he knows, if I can, I wait until the last lap. And it doesn't look like he's gonna make any moves to try and move into the lead at this point. He's still got Cucumber behind him, who's got 10% more ERS, but also 1 lap older tires. And Spanias keeps that P4. So if anything happens ahead of him, if anything happens between the top 3, he's still gonna finish on the podium. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If Spanias finished on the podium, he would have deserved it. He definitely would have deserved it. I can totally understand why he pitted early. Would have been fully deserved podium. So maybe there's going to be still a crash. I want to see them crashing. Don't we all just want? I mean, look, we just all want to see them crash. No, it's just great entertainment, right? Imagine just all of these top 3 just straight lining each other for fun, you know? Yeah, hilarious. Anyway, maybe there is something still happening. We didn't see a safety car. We've seen like 3 or 4 yellow flags, and I think only twice of those yellow flags it was an actual spin. We only saw 2 retirements. It was the Williams. I've just heard now that they did have mechanical issues, so very unfortunate for these guys and girls. So I really wish them well, and I hope they're gonna come back stronger onto the next race, which I believe will be Spain in 1 week's time, and I'm all here for it. Lap 28, 2 laps to go. Cucumber in P3. no look on Limitless, but Limitless is very close to Eli. Very, very close to Eli. He's getting at the DRS again, and you see he's trying to save that little bit of ERS, that little bit more ERS than Eli, who is still on almost pretty much 0%. I think he knows as well, Limitless, he is not overtaking. He's gonna get this one chance, and he will use that one chance. So Eli, all he can hope for is Limitless make a mistake. He has to hope that Cucumber behind, who's got the most ERS of all of them, is not going to overtake him as well. So he's going to really run the risk of getting overtaken too, as we see some guys at the back going for that fastest lap of the race. Lolo Vera, Stelios, and Ian. Lolo Vera, nothing against you, bro, but I don't think you're going to get it. And, yep, just as I say that, Ian's putting a fastest lap on 1:20. I didn't really see what was behind, 1:29.2. And we're about to start the last lap of this race. It has been an amazing race. It has been a pleasure to commentate, and I have absolutely missed this great game, this great league racing, the excitement, the power, the motivation of these guys to go racing as Limitless goes for the move, and he doesn't go down the inside, he goes around the outside. Why? Fucking idiot. Anyway, he goes into the lead, round P3, turn 3, DRS open again. Does he get the DRS? He doesn't, but I don't think really it matters. He's having to defend now against Silly, who's trying to get the route. He was trying to go around the outside. It's going to be a good line by the AlphaTauri. Limitless has to give him some space, which he has. Now they're coming down turn 6 and 7. Limitless on the inside. He has to back out. I think he had a little bit of a moment. Now he's having to defend of the Alpine. Now the Alpine is going to get the switchback, which he doesn't really execute very well. He might be waiting for that DRS after the turn 10 hairpin. So there's going to be one more DRS zone, which is now Eli goes back into the lead after turn 3, after turn 4, 5, and 6, which was really, really great fight. And Limitless cannot answer. So that Cucumber is going to be Eli, Limitless, and Cucumber as they come around turn 13. It's just 2 more corners to go, 1 braking zone. I don't think Limitless has an answer anymore. They pick up their marbles. They're almost out of fuel. Limitless, bro, what are you doing, bro? Come on. Anyway, NSX Eli comes across the line to win round 1 of Flashpoint Season 4 Bahrain. Limitless F1_F1 takes P2 as Cucumber crosses line P3. GFO Spanias, well done, my friend, well done. He finishes in P4 with that shitbox of a Ferrari. K gets Toski, the master of disaster, finishes in P5 with his Mercedes Fox. As you see, NSX Montana finishing P6. Volcano P7. I'm not sure about the fastest lap. Surely not Lolo Vera. I don't rate him that high. It probably stayed with year for Ian if I didn't miss anything. It was a fantastic race, and we're still waiting for GFO Sirius to cross the line and the GFO Island. I don't think they are going to improve on the lap. Maybe more mistakes. Nice. Cucumber gets the driver of the day vote. I think that is fully deserved, so I want to see everybody watching now giving a round of applause. Driver of the day. Yes, number one. Apparently he's from Austria, so we see an Austrian, whatever that 3-4 cross flag is, I don't even care, and we see Alpine Land, I think it's called, in P3, Cucumber, and then in P4 we see the doggo flag with GFO Spanias. Now it actually looks like Pumba. You know Pumba? Look at that, like the Cyprus flag. It just looks like Pumba. I always see Pumba in it. So funny. Yeah, all these penalties, you can see them on the right side if you want. It was a pleasure to stream this race. First round, full success, I would say. Yeah, Limitless, he almost had it, but great fight with Daly. I think he had a little bit of a moment then. I'm not sure where it was. I think it was in turn 7 when he had a little bit of a moment, and then he had to back out of it. So Seeley was really cementing that lead in that moment. A great fight, great comeback from P7, Cucumber from P6 also, great game. GG.